ranking every chapter in the 1,000-year door by the amount of backtracking. Number 8 is chapter 3. Glitchville is so small that there's not much room for backtracking. Most of the chapter is spent fighting and watching cutscenes. It might feel slow, but it's not backtracking. There's also no enemies outside of scheduled battles, so a little bit of platforming won't last very long. Number 7 is chapter 8. There isn't an absurd amount of backtracking here, but you have to walk from this big open area to Gloomtail and then back. The rooms to get there are just long hallways filled with some enemies, which makes it slightly annoying, but it's not long enough to be a real problem. There's no other major backtracking segments in this chapter, so it's here. Number 6 is chapter 1. Most of the backtracking here comes from before Hooktail Castle. Going from where you start all the way to Schwung Fortress and then back to the castle takes a decent amount of time. There's some very minor segments of backtracking in Hooktail's castle, but it's not enough to affect the ranking of the whole chapter. Number 5 is chapter 5. Most of the backtracking goes away once you get into Pirate's Grotto, but in the jungle it's pretty noticeable. You go into the jungle, come back again, go back again. It's annoying, but I've never had as much of a problem with it as some people do. Number 4 is chapter 6. Most of it takes place in a train, so there has to be some backtracking. There's only a few rooms and they're all hallways. There's no enemies or platforming, but during the time you aren't spending watching cutscenes, you're backtracking. This is especially bad on repeat playthroughs because you already know what's going to happen and the gameplay is nothing. Number 3 is chapter 2. I was tempted to put this at number 1, but most of the backtracking is avoidable. If you do everything perfectly, you still have to go on a lot of fetch quests, but the Puny's AI is so bad that you'll almost certainly have to go back and collect them. They get scared and run away from everything, which is so annoying and I hate it, but technically it's avoidable, so this chapter goes here. Number 2 is chapter 4. This one is infamous. Going from Twilight Town to Creepy Steeple this many times is actually insane. It's integrated into the story really well, but the enemies respawn every time you re-enter a room and the hallways are cramped so they can be really hard to avoid, making it overall tedious to play. Number 1 is chapter 7. General White. You literally have to search through every chapter that you've been to so far to find this dude. This is the first thing most people think of when they think of backtracking in this game. It can take a solid 20 minutes of going places and talking to the NPCs. The rest of the chapter isn't even that bad, but it has to be number 1 just because of this.